right. Well, good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Friday evening, moving on into your future. And as you can see by the title screen here with the Charleston background to it, you can see multiple hazards are looking likely for South Carolina, and that's what we're going to talk about mainly for today. Really, just because we have multiple hazards. And honestly, I couldn't really decide which one I really wanted to put front and center because there's a good amount of them. And this morning, I know we did the flooding. Flooding was the main thing that we were talking about this morning and how it could be hit or miss. And then last night was about the tropics. Talked about the heat not too long ago. So all of it kind of is combined. And so multiple hazards are looking likely for South Carolina here. So what's on tap for tonight? Potential for localized heavy rainfall early Saturday morning with daily afternoon / evening showers and storms. Isolated to strong to marginally severe. Damaging wind gusts and localized heavy rainfall possible each day. And heat indices will approach 100 to 110 degrees early next week. So there's all the hazards. Localized heavy rainfall. We see stuff in terms of heat. We see some stuff in terms of severe weather. And if you were here last night, like I said earlier, the tropics. Also looking at the tropics as well. So if you've not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, please go on and do so. Also hit the share button, share with all the people that you know, friends, family members, acquaintances, people that you don't talk to regularly because it is free. It is always free. So what is currently going on? Right now, we have a special weather statement over here for about the next 13 minutes over here near 96 South Carolina. And this is for, again, 40-mile-per-hour winds. 96 Lake Greenwood State Park. Also Lake Greenwood, obviously. Kirksey, Dyson, and Epworth, South Carolina. Those areas have a risk of those 40-mile-per-hour winds moving throughout that area. So we have that going on, and then also we have some rainfall activity moving throughout Oconee County up towards Walhalla, over into Westminster, Seneca, Fairplay, South Carolina. These areas are also receiving some rainfall and may see some more pretty shortly. Now, what's going on in terms of the entire U.S.? Well, we do have some rainfall with some flash flooding inside of West Virginia, some rainfall over just to the east of Philadelphia, even some flash flooding ongoing over here towards western New York City, and even New York City is included inside of a flash flood warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings in Connecticut, including the capital of Hartford, rainfall throughout New York, Illinois receiving some storms, Iowa receiving some storms, Wisconsin, and then over here in the west, we have some rainfall from California all the way through into New Mexico with even a severe thunderstorm warning with an inch in diameter hail in Arizona. And then if you look down here in Texas, Dallas, Texas, has a special weather statement for 50-mile-per-hour winds. And overall, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on, and that's not even everything. What I just covered just a couple of seconds ago, that's not even everything. But obviously, I don't want to, just be spending 15 years on that. So, we're going to go on and move on. But there's more than what I just said going on right now. Now, in terms of cloud cover, upstate, seeing some cloud cover, the Midlands, the PD, the Low Country, all of those areas receiving cloud cover as we speak. May not be the most widespread and may not be the most in coverage, but it is there, and you can see it. I was looking up earlier. One side of the sky looks a bit, more on the half clouds and half blue sky, while the other side looks completely cloudy. I'm looking at it right now. Now, what about for our cloud cover for the future? You push this forward over into tonight and move this over into tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Watch how that cloud cover easily starts to take over the state once again. And then as we move more into like the later on afternoon, going on into the evening, and even the nighttime hours of Saturday going into Sunday, cloud cover activity again kind of just stays off, but not really too much of in the state as we move over into Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we could see some fog though. Seems like we could see some fog activity as we move over into Sunday morning. But moving over into Sunday afternoon here at 2 o'clock p.m., um, there shows some even more cloud cover kind of moving in as we move into those afternoon hours due to thunderstorm activity. So cloud cover is not going to be away from us either. Now, what about our current temperatures? Well, we're talking about 82 in Somerville, 82 Charleston, 83 Beaufort, 82 Hilton Head Island, even around a good 82 in Murrells Inlet, 82 Myrtle Beach, 81 Georgetown, 86 in Columbia, and 82 in Newbury, 82 Lawrence, and 79 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 82 York, and Rock Hill. Now, our air quality for tonight looks like if you're in the low country or up there towards Spartanburg, you have a moderate risk of air quality. That is not too bad air, but also not too great air either. So if you're in that yellow area, make sure that you're paying attention for the air quality for tonight. Low temperatures tonight, we're talking about 71 in Greenville, 71 Spartanburg, 72 Columbia, and even 72 in Orangeburg, 72 Walterboro, 77 in Charleston, 73 Georgetown, and 76 in Myrtle Beach, 72 Florence, Dillon, and Sumter. High temperatures for tomorrow, 91 in Columbia, 89 in Orangeburg, 87 Moncks Corner, 85 in Myrtle Beach, 86 Charleston, 90 Spartanburg, and 89 in Greenville. You do notice something different here, or if you do notice it or not. But if you look up in the upstate, the PD areas, usually we'd see that heat more towards the low country areas. But seems like tomorrow, the upstate and the PD areas, the northern parts of the state, may want to try to be a bit warmer than the lower parts of the state. And if we go on and take a look at the heat index values, you can see that it does kind of reflect it. It does kind of reflect it. Could it do with rainfall? I mean, it could. Could just due to the fact that there's maybe a good amount, more rainfall down in the southern parts with more coverage, more cloud coverage. That could be the answer for sure. Now, in terms of rainfall, well, I mean, I think that kind of proves our point. Look in the low country, half an inch to an inch of rainfall. Up there in the upstate, 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch. So rainfall definitely seems to be the leading factor as of why the upstate areas and the more PD areas are looking more warmer than the low country is. 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch over in Myrtle Beach, quarter of an inch to a half an inch in Georgetown, 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch in areas like Orangeburg and Sumter. Remember, this doesn't really have to do too much with thunderstorm and flash flooding activity, really just in terms of regular rainfall. So this is pretty much almost the bare minimum if you do get some rainfall. Now, as you move over into the SPC outlook for tonight, thunderstorms still possible. In fact, we still have thunderstorms going on right now. But tomorrow, same thing, and then Sunday, same thing. So for the next 3 days, including today, thunderstorm activity is possible for the entire state. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, isolated flash flooding is possible up there inside of the upstate, Greenville, Spartanburg, moving over towards Boiling Springs, Anderson, Clemson, those areas there. Tomorrow, look at this. This was just added here. Slight risk of excessive rainfall over here for the low country areas from Charleston up into Moncks Corner, Ridgeville, St. George, Walterboro, all the way down into Beaufort and Hilton Head Island. All of these areas, 15% risk of flash flooding for tomorrow. So if you're in those areas in the yellow, make sure that you are paying attention for sure in terms of flash flooding activity because it could be bad in some spots. And then if you're in the green, Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Orangeburg, Manning, Sumter, Edgefield going up into Walhalla and Anderson, you have a 5% risk of flash flooding. So not the worst, but still, that a risk of flash flooding is still a risk of flash flooding. Sunday comes along, isolated flash flooding again up here for the upstate, Walhalla, Greenville, Spartanburg, Gaffney, all these areas here. And then as we move over into Monday and Tuesday, we look like that we're in the clear. But Tuesday, gets a little bit close, so we'll see how Tuesday develops. Now, for the crazy score, right now we're at an 11. We would be at a 5, but the special weather statement is there, so I do expect that our score will probably get down to a 5 in about like the next 5 minutes or so. Now, let's go on and take a look at our models. Time is at the bottom part of your screen. Please make sure that you pay attention to the time because the time is probably the most important part because you want to know when stuff could happen. Obviously, it's not going to be exact. Just when stuff could happen. Starting off, let's go on and take a look over inside of the models for tonight first. Here's around 8 o'clock p.m. You move forward into around 9 p.m. going all the way through into around 12 o'clock in the morning. You move into the early morning hours, and we look pretty dry. We get to around 2 a.m., getting all the way to around 3, 4, 5 a.m. or so, and then as we move all the way to around 6 a.m., you're looking for some more rainfall activity going into the low country area. And it's morning rainfall activity. We go to, again, 5 to 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning, and we see a good amount of rainfall activity that goes on all the way from parts of the western low country all the way into the eastern parts of the low country. So the lower low country all the way to the Tri-County area. Morning activity is possible. So do not be surprised if you're in the low country and you see morning shower and maybe even storm activity. Yes, maybe even storm activity. You move later on into the morning and the rainfall just gets worse as you go throughout the morning time. Now almost the entire low country is trying to get covered with some rainfall later on to like the early afternoon. And then finally it starts to spread its wings out into the southern Midlands, into the more Grand Strand and PD areas later on into the afternoon. You move over into the evening by 7, 8, 9 p.m. and we're seeing a lot more rainfall activity kind of moving its way through to around 9 p.m., 10, 11 to 12 o'clock in the morning, where now a lot of that rainfall activity is just kind of secluded to the upstate and the more PD areas, kind of. But then as you move later on into the nighttime hours, even into Sunday around 3, 4 a.m., look what starts to develop again. More shower, more storm activity towards the low country. And it doesn't quite make it inland as much, but it does indeed make it pretty far. Does indeed try and make it pretty far here. Now, as we go on and take a look over at how much rainfall we could potentially receive over the next 48 hours, it does look like that we could see maybe around an inch or two of rainfall. Some of us maybe even up to around 3 inches of rainfall. I mean, flash flooding is possible for tomorrow. So flash flooding, you could see around 4 or 5 inches of rainfall, maybe even more than that. And then as you look up towards the PD areas, you're around maybe an inch or so, maybe even close to around an inch and a half, close to 2 inches of rainfall over here inside of the more Florence type areas. But again, still a long ways away in terms of exact totals. I know 48 hours, that's pretty short term, but like I say, with these summer thunderstorms, I mean, you never know what could happen. Never know. You could see, way more rain than you may have anticipated, or you may see nothing. Because look, there is a good amount. There's a good chance that some areas may not see any rainfall, especially even looking like the low country. You can see some areas don't get a single drop of rainfall, maybe a little drop, like a trace, but not much at all. So that's a real possibility for tomorrow. That's a real possibility that some people may not see any rainfall at all. Now, what about for the long-term future? We're going to start off here on a Sunday afternoon here. We move this into the evening hours, going all the way into the nighttime hours, going into Monday here. Monday comes along and we see a good amount of rainfall activity, even going on into Monday evening. More rainfall activity kind of trying to move its way through. And it's a pretty big plume of moisture there going on into Monday, even Tuesday as well. Now, as you move over into Wednesday, even Thursday, we're looking for some more rainfall activity to try and move its way throughout the state. And honestly, we've had the same kind of linear, if not curved, kind of linear pattern here as we move over into like that Wednesday time frame. And, I keep on looking at it thinking, is this a front? What is this? But, the temperatures don't really drop too much and the dew points don't really drop too much either. So maybe either this is just a very defined line of shower and storm activity potentially going into Wednesday, or it's a weak front I'm trying to move in that's not really going to do too much. Now, as you move over into Thursday and Friday, then I think we could start to see maybe some more cooler conditions trying to move in, even as we move into Saturday. Sunday, it could be a bit cooler. But then as we move into the week after next week, guess what? Another low pressure system may try to move in, moving later on into August. So rainfall activity definitely is here, and it's here to stay for sure. And it's not going to go nowhere. Not going to go anywhere. We're going to continue to be active, most likely for the rest of August here. Now, how much rainfall could we potentially receive over the next 384 hours? Well, for right now, it does look like that we could potentially see. Let me move that out the way. That's my soundboard. For the most part, it looks like that a lot of us could potentially receive maybe around an inch and a half to maybe even close to around 2.5 inches of rainfall over the next 384 hours or so, 384 hours or so. And then even as we move over into the European kind of saying the same story, maybe an inch and a half at the least, and then a couple of us may get up to around 2.5, 3 inches of rainfall as well. So we're looking at a good amount of rainfall, still, because I mean, an inch to 2 inches of rainfall, I mean, that's still, a good amount of rainfall. An inch of rainfall is still very good, but for right now, if we really want to see this drought that we have get out, we may want to see a little bit more than that, especially inside of the low country and the Grand Strand areas. And now I'm kind of mainly looking at that Grand Strand area because that area probably has the worst. Now, you was the low country, but I think the Grand Strand probably has the more worst drought right now. Now, as we take a look over into our temperatures now, because precipitation, it's important, good to look at. But obviously, temperatures also is another story, because not only do we have the risk for, maybe flooding, maybe some severe weather, daily almost. In fact, we saw a severe thunderstorm warning today. But the heat as well, heat advisories may be issued next week. The National Weather Service, I believe, of Wilmington, said that there is a potential for some heat advisories to be issued next week. So, what does that mean for the other areas? It could happen. It could happen as well. So we're gonna have to watch for that. But as we move over into Saturday, moving over into Sunday as well, we're around 5 to 10 degrees above average. But watch as we get into Monday. Okay, 10 degrees above average. We get to Tuesday, 10 to 15 degrees above average. Wednesday, same thing. And then, like I said, Wednesday kind of shows some like weak front maybe trying to move in, but that cool down doesn't really last too long because Thursday comes in and we're already around 10 degrees plus in terms of our averages for temperatures. Now, we move into Thursday and Friday, and then it seems like things want to try and cool down a little bit more, but still, it's still a back and forth battle between the warmer air and the cooler air as we move later on into the week after next week. Now, what are our actual temperatures looking like when we move over into tonight, going over into tomorrow? We know what that looks like. Sunday comes in, we're still in the mid-90s or so. Going over into Monday, we're in the more upper 90s, maybe lower 100s. Tuesday comes in again, we're still inside of the lower 100s there. Wednesday going over into Thursday and Friday. And watch how these temperatures start to drop as we get towards the end of the week. Next week. But look at the temperatures beforehand. Into the 100s as you move throughout the first part of the week, even going into the mid parts of the week next week. So it's going to be hot, and heat advisories definitely are possible, not only over there in the PD and the Grand Strand area with the National Weather Service of Wilmington, but also possibly in other areas like the Midlands, the Low Country, maybe even the upstate as well. And, one good way to go in and take a look at this is in terms of those heat index values, because as we move further into the future, even as in the Sunday, we're already feeling those temperatures up to 101, 102. Monday comes along, we're up to 103, 104, 105. Tuesday comes in, again, we're around 106 or so. Going into Wednesday, and then also into Thursday as well. And we're up into those 100s. Now, couple of us, I see that kind of like the models here kind of have us around maybe 105 at the max, but no, this is a long-term model, so things will change, and obviously it's not as detailed as like the more short-term models. Now, let's go in real quick before we go on and talk about the tropics real quick. I kind of want to go in and take a look at the GEFS for the actual mean temperatures. This is what the temperatures could look like after around 200 hours or so. And as we move over into the Sunday, here's August the 16th in the mid-90s. But watch as we get towards the end of August, looks like things want to try and cool down a little bit as we get towards the end of August. Couple of areas kind of stay around the same. But for the most part, staying the same, maybe cooling down a little bit as we head towards the end parts of August. So that's something to watch for in terms of, how much cooler air we may see due to storm systems, due to cold fronts, and just all of the above. So now let's go on and take a look now at the tropics. So obviously right now, tropical cyclone activity is not expected over the next 7 days. We know that. We know that things are looking good for now. But yesterday we took a look at the European model, the Euro AI, and then the GEFS model. And these models right here kind of show us what in the world is going on in terms of low pressure systems and what's the confidence in them and etc. So If we go on and take a look over into the models here, time again, kind of at the top right, not at the bottom part, but the top right corner of the screen, and it's the right tag over here. I'm going to circle it real quick. This area that's circled in, it's only in dates, or unless you know what Z time is, but the date right there is at the top right, and that's pretty much all you need, because watch as we move all the way into Saturday or so. The European already has kind of some rainfall and some more activity starting to form. In fact, it has two of them, two low pressure systems forming over near the coast of Africa and in the main development region. Now that will try to move forward. This is now Sunday, going over into Monday and Tuesday. That back low pressure system seems like it wants to try and fizzle out a little bit, but look at the front one. Front one's still ongoing, still going strong, and then another low pressure system pops up midweek next week, according to the European, and starts to push its way west as well. Now, one thing about it is as we push this even into like the Friday of next week, so 7 days out from now or so, most of those low pressures kind of die out, but then watch the one from behind. Comes in and starts to curve up to the north, kind of what the models were saying yesterday. But I will say this is a heavy downtrend from what we were seeing yesterday. Yesterday we were looking at a lot of models kind of pointing their way towards the US. Now you see the first system kind of moving its way down just to the south towards like the Bahamas and the Windward, Leeward Island, not the Bahamas, but the Leeward and the Windward Islands. But now the second one, as you move more and more into like Monday, you have more low pressures that start to move their way up towards the north and west and towards the US. So we'll see what happens here with the European, but the Euro AI kind of in the same boat, but probably more weaker. The front one forms, getting into Saturday, Sunday or so, kind of moves its way over, and it, causes some problems maybe for the Leeward and the Windward Islands, but again, not as strong. Then the second one and the third low pressure system, may try to come in and curves immediately. It does not, affect South Carolina, does not affect the U.S. really at all. Maybe some rip currents, but I mean, that's about it. And then for the GEFS, this one, as we go in and push it forward, you have the front one, again, continuing its way down towards the south, fizzling out, but then you have the second one coming in, and that one may try to cause some more problems. Some stronger rip currents, but again, you're not seeing anything as active as what we were seeing now yesterday. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do, to go in and take a look at it. I mean, obviously, you have the individual deterministic models as well that kind of show you, like, for example, if we look over into the North Atlantic, and I'm going to move this over into the left screen, this is the GFS here, and just as you push this forward with an individual model, there goes our area of kind of low pressure over here. Where's my pen at? I can't find it. There it is. There goes our area of, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I guess not. Okay, I guess my pen doesn't want to work today. But anyways, where my cursor is, this is where the main area of interest is that we're watching for, this big plume of moisture, and then there you go. You can kind of see it start to develop a little bit into that low pressure, moving over into August the 12th. It moved its way north, and there goes the second one from the GFS. Again, this is the deterministic. Goes up, but then watch what happens. Watch what happens. You didn't see this in the last one because obviously it wasn't there, but you see what is a cold front that was impacting the state, get this system right here, and pretty much disrupts it and gets it away from us. And so that could be the saving grace here. Because if we get, something starting to form down in the main development region and starts to curve its way up, and then we have a cold front that comes in, that cold front can disrupt it and it can destroy it. Any sort of tropical system. And so, that would be a huge save right there if that is what happens as modeled. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it, every model run, every model or so, just to see what happens with it. But that is a possible scenario. That is definitely a possible scenario. Even the European as well, kind of on the same page, has a cold front moving off from the US, and then that's what disrupts and kind of kills off that tropical center that's over there in the main development region. So there's a lot of things to go on and discuss there over the next 100 hours or so. But this, may not be so much of an issue. moving on. But, we're still going to watch for it. Make sure that you have all your hurricane plans in place because, as we know, hurricane season is not over. We have all the way until November the 30th until we are officially done with hurricane season. So you should not be letting your guard down at all. So let's go on now and take a look now at the chat and the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say here for tonight. We're going to start off because my Aunt Lula was here first tonight. She says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Prayerfully, everyone had a great day. Today's high in Georgetown was 88 degrees. Currently, it's 80. In Plantersville, we had no rain showers. However, on my way home from Hemingway, it was a big downpour around a mile from Plantersville, and we still did not get a drop of rain. In spite of all the rain in Hemingway, how close it got, the rain stopped before I got home. Well, that's what I was just talking about earlier, and just the fact that summer, with these summer storms, you could have a storm that's a mile away from you and it never even impacts you. Or, you could have a storm that kind of impacts the next town over and not impact you at all. So overall, it could really, it could really go on and surprise you in a lot of ways. But, that's just how summer is, and that's how these summer storms operate and work. That says, good evening, gentlemen, the 360 Weather family. I trust all is well. It was another very hot day here in San Antonio. High of 99, currently 97. I had to turn on my drip system in my plant beds because of the heat. Hopefully that 20% chance of rain will come through this weekend. Yeah, we'll see. But remember, last night it did go away, so we'll see if it came back today at all. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Trail says, greetings, everyone. Hot day today. And then Mr. Michael says, happy Friday. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their day. Well, I did. Thank you so much for asking. And so that's pretty much all that I can see here in terms of the chat for tonight. Let's go on real quick and say the top fan question of the night for tonight. If you have no idea what that is, it's a question that I go in and ask to see who was paying attention to the forecast. Seeing who was paying attention to the forecast. And whoever gets it correct will go on and win the top fan of the night for tonight. And this one's pretty simple. This one is a pretty simple question. When we were talking about the air quality, there was two areas that I called out in particular, one of them being a region and one of them being a city. What was one of the two areas or city that I called out? If you can go in terms of them being in that moderate risk of air quality. If you get that correct, if you answer it correctly, you will win top fan of the night for tonight. And there's two answers. Remember, there's one city and then it's one region, like the Midlands or the PD, the Grand Strand. One region, one city. So if you can go on and get that correct, you'll win top fan of the night for tonight. So we're going to go on real quick and get that in and wait for them to go on and answer those questions. But first off, we have a couple of things to take a look at. First off, hold on. San Antonio, Texas, real quick first. In terms of the four areas that we talk about outside of South Carolina, San Antonio is the first one because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. Slight chance of thunderstorms for tonight, and it's Friday night. Now, the one on Sunday night, not there. Not there at all, but you have a 20% chance of shower and storm activity tonight. In fact, you have some shower and storm activity in Pleasanton, Texas, towards your south. That's moving towards the south and west, so away from you. So it's not really looking too, not really looking too pleasant for you right now. But overall, that 20%, a 20% is a 20%, even though, you may not get anything at all. In fact, it's looking more likely. It's possible. It definitely is possible, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But tomorrow, no precipitation, and like I said, that chance on Sunday is gone. Now, what's going on in terms of your severe weather, excessive rainfall? Obviously, no severe weather or excessive rainfall. And it's going to continue to get hot, if not get hotter, because as you move over into the midweek of next week, even early week of next week, you're going to be up into the upper 90s, maybe even the low 100s. So, unfortunately, it's not going to be too fun for you as you move throughout the next 7 days. We're going to talk about Raleigh real quick, then we'll go in and reveal the answer because I already see both answers inside the chat already. So, we're going to go in and answer those in just a moment. Raleigh next being low temperatures tonight at 74, high temperatures tomorrow at 90, low temperatures tomorrow night at 74. No precipitation is expected. Sunday, you do have a risk of some thunderstorm activity, but for the most part, you're staying more on the lighter track until you move to around Thursday or so, and then you start to receive that chance for shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, as we go on in terms of your temperatures for the future, looks like that you're going to stay inside of the mid 90s, go over inside of the lower 90s as you move more into like that Friday or so of next week. But severe weather, excessive rainfall for you, staying, away from you for the most part. So I see the answer, and obviously there really is only two people who answered, so they both are the winners. My Aunt Lula and then Thad. The correct answer was Spartanburg. That was the city, and then the area was the Low Country. So, congratulations to the two of y'all for winning the top fan of the night for tonight. Reminder, if you want to be a part of the top fan, you can by joining us here at 9, or I don't know how long it's going to take me before I'm going to stop saying 9 o'clock, but 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And also, being a subscriber, because if you're not a subscriber, you can't talk at all. So congratulations to the two of y'all. We'll go over honorable mentions in just a moment. We're going to start off with Philadelphia next. Low temperatures tonight at 74. High temperatures for tomorrow at 91. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 73. Scattered thunderstorms tonight. Tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms. And then tomorrow night, showers are likely. Yes, showers are likely. Now for severe weather and excessive rainfall, you do have a risk of some severe weather for tonight. You have a slight risk of severe weather, a 15% risk of damaging winds, even though it does look like for the majority of you, you do have some showers and some storm activity towards your west, so that could move its way towards you in about like it's not going to be until like the next couple of hours, but for the most part, it doesn't look like much is going on right now in terms of thunderstorm activity. Now, what about for excessive rainfall? Because, obviously excessive rainfall is definitely possible for you as well, of course, because both has to be together. You have a slight risk of excessive rainfall for tonight, isolated risk tomorrow, so marginal risk, and then another marginal risk on Tuesday. Isolated flash flooding is possible as you move over into Tuesday as well. And so that's pretty much all for your area. You're just going to continue to stay more inside of the 90s. And you may drop down to the 80s more into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And then finally for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 74, high temperatures tomorrow at 103, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at a good old 74 as well. It does look like you do have a chance of precipitation for tonight. It's not currently updated right now, but I'm going to just do that real quick. Thunderstorms are likely tonight, and then tomorrow, no precipitation is expected. You're looking in the none category for tomorrow. Now, in terms of your future, going to continue to stay hot. Just a chance of thunderstorms for tonight. And that kind of just developed, because same thing with San Antonio. That was not there at all. But now thunderstorms are likely for you. So, definitely benefit from off that rainfall if you do get any. It seems like before 7 p.m., which it is 8:33. So, I don't know if they were supposed to get rid of that or what in the world, or maybe I need to refresh it. No, it's gone now. Okay, well, no precipitation actually, so it was correct the first time. And then for San Antonio, that risk is still there, really before 8 p.m., so you have like another 25 minutes there or so. And that's all I have to say here in terms of those four areas there. And let's see, my cousin Cheryl says, "Good evening, everyone. I'm listening at work." Well, thank you so much for listening to us while you are over there at work. And obviously, hopefully all is going well with you. And that's all that I can see here for the chat for tonight. So if you have not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, please go and do so. We're at 821, trying to get to that main goal of 900. Also hit the subscribe button. I already said that. Hit the share button. Share with all your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, and people that you don't talk to regularly because it's free. It's free. It's free. Again, 821 subscribers trying to get to that main goal of 900. We are 4 subscribers away of getting to that quarter of the way goal, 825. 79 away from that main goal of 900. Let's go in and get there. I will be back tomorrow for your Saturday morning forecast update. Also, I wanted to say, because I completely forgot to do this, it's Friday evening, so congratulations to all of us for making it to the weekend. So that's about all, though. I'll be back tomorrow morning for your Saturday morning forecast update. I don't think I had any emails today. No, I don't see anything that was sent in to me to the scweather360.com account. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hit those two buttons before you leave if you're new.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, 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 how.
Hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, how, how.